What's up, everybody? Here's part 2 of Hocus Pocus 2, coming right at you from BabbleTalkPod. Alright, here's part 2 of talking about Hocus Pocus. What did you like about this movie, my man?
Well, for starters, I like they gave back a little bit of the nostalgia feel for it. And then the Sanderson sisters are back. They did they did a good job. Performances pretty good. I like that they still have a little bit of the characteristics, from the first film. And then I do remember they did have I think 2 dance numbers or 2. The first when they were introduced, and then the second time when they're on the stage. So I enjoyed that part. What about you?
I enjoyed this movie a lot because at first it was very confusing. It was very confusing at first in the first part of the movie because you see kind of like a prequel and a sequel at the same time, because in part 2 of the movie, right, in Hocus Pocus 2, you see her get her spell book, right? But if you watch Hocus Pocus 1, she said that she got it from the devil.
Right.
I don't understand how that works. It didn't really clarify. I guess the other witch was a devil, I guess.
I think, I honestly, if you think about it, maybe that's what, because let's be honest, they were kids at the time, so maybe she saw this witch as the devil, which is why she's like, oh, I got it from the devil,
But they
so
said witches, so I don't understand where her mind went, but that's okay.
Subplot, y'all, subplot.
So she gets the spell book, right? And you see all the sisters a lot younger, right, in their teens or early teens or whatever. Then she get a spell book and then she get power, but it looks like only one of the sisters had magic, right, and the other sisters didn't, but they had a different type of magic, which was their love for her sister. They'll allow her, Winnie, to do the spells and stuff because they need to covenant your kin,
right?
Someone you hold dear to you. That was the premise of the whole movie, right? To know what you have. Then you see him later on, and then at the gift shop, he's talking about the Sanderson sisters and all that, and then you see, oh, he was there when they died and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, when they got destroyed. Yeah, I remember.
I was like, okay, but I was a little bit confused. Like, okay, is this a prequel to understand how they got their powers and stuff? And then down the road, we see them growing up using their powers. Okay, cool. But then it was like, nah, this has got to be a sequel to the movie, to be like they came back and whatever. So overall, I really liked the movie. It was a little bit confusing at first, but I understood what was going on. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. They did have a little. They came out dancing and singing,
Oh yeah, they did. It was so random. Like that was kind of random. It was like, oh okay, dance number, straight to the point, I guess.
Yeah, but the nostalgia point was very there. It was there. It was
so. Good. All right, true. I'm gonna straight up give my rating. I'm honestly giving it a 7 out of 10, like a C, just cause. Again, probably because I was used to the original film, and I mean, even though it did bring back the nostalgia for these, the 3 sisters, I wasn't really feeling the other 3 characters. Like, I don't know.
See, but
I know this is I know this this is more for the millennials, not like for us adults who grew up watching the film. But I don't know. I wasn't really feeling the characters that much, and it was just I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it. What do you think?
So let me clarify some stuff, okay? If you think about it, part 1 is like Frozen. If you ever seen Frozen, it's very similar to part 1, right? Part 2, Frozen 2, years later, right, is kind of like Hocus Pocus 2, right? If you think about the movies and you compare them side by side, it's kind of the same if you really think about it. I heard there's going to be a Frozen Part 3 coming out soon, right? Now, in Hocus Pocus 2, the new witch that they got with her coven, right? She turns 16. She get her power. Boom, boom, boom. She get the spell book. Would it be a Hocus Pocus 3 on her journey of using the spell book in a different way and not for evil? Think
That's
about it.
a good
Think
question.
about it.
However, so I think here's the thing though about this character. Her character's like, honestly, she discovers the book, whatever, and then on top of that, it's like I feel like she got her powers already. Like she already knew how to use them. I'm like, so you're telling me this girl needed no training whatsoever. She already knew kind of how to say the spells and all that. While Weenie legit started from the bottom, but this girl, nah, she automatically gets all the witch power already. Like
Who?
literally,
The new witch.
yeah, the new
Becca.
witch. Like, yeah. So I was like, I was confused. And then, what was the deal with the shop owner? Like, what was the reason of bringing back the witches for? Like, what was in it for him? There was literally, I feel like, no offense, I feel like the character was kind of useless.
So
You know,
I think his mission was in the show, right? Yes, it was kind of dumb for him to bring him back, but I think he only saw what he saw because you got to think about, he was dressed as a what? A wizard, right? So he
yeah,
liked the same things Becca and them like, right? So his perspective, like, oh, it was these great witches, right? It's real witches in this world. They can fly on a broom. All this stuff I heard about growing up as a kid, I see it now. They disappeared. I want to bring them back. I want to learn from them. I want to interview them. I want to see how they got their power. I think that's what his perspective was from it. Becca
yeah,
liked the same things, but it was more of like something that she did with her friends to grow a stronger bond. I think that's where it was the difference. The difference
I mean,
was.
I guess so. Cause I watched the movie and I was wondering, like, at the end, literally, at the end, I was just like, what was the shop owner? Like, what was this dude's deal? Like, at the end, like, I feel like he got nothing out of it. Like, even, you know what I mean? He literally got nothing out of it besides another story to tell.
And he
And
got
it
his
was
book
just,
taken.
yeah, I was just like, that's it. And then on top of that, so he resurrected the witches, knowing that these witches were actually dangerous, and they knew, he knew what the sisters are capable of. And then two, when he found out that they were actually kind of, I guess, trying to kill the three girls, he was against this. Like, bro, why are you so shocked that they're gonna do this? They're witches. Like you yourself know the story of them. Why are you so
But
surprised
did
that
he
they're
know
gonna
the
like
story though?
these?
Because
What's up?
he thought, did he really know the story, or did he just want to know what he wanted to know? And I'm saying this in the sense of that he stated in the movie that, oh, Billy was his first um, um,
Love it.
lover, right? But it wasn't the case. They just shared one kiss, right? If you go to part 1 of our video, check it out. It's on YouTube right now. You see that we talked about that the in as they was growing up, Billy shared one kiss with Winnie, and then kind of shared another kiss with his younger sister,
Yeah,
Sarah, right? And they never dated. He didn't date nobody. It was just, you know, kids at the time. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't have his facts 100% right. So I think for him, it was just more or less like, I want to know more. This is so fascinating. You know, he worked so
yeah,
hard, and the shop that he was in is their old house. You know,
yeah,
so get rid of a lot of things. But yeah,
yeah. And
but yeah.
then Doug Jones makes another return as Billy. That was pretty awesome. I enjoy that.
Hmm.
Seeing him playing the character again, he's like, damn it, again. He's like, am I really resurrected again, bro?
You know
See
what I
these girls.
wanted to see?
Which one?
Just what I wanted to see, people. If you remember in Hocus Pocus 2, if you look on the shelves, there's a whole bunch of what? Other books,
Mhm.
right? That I guess he made or manufactured or whatever, right? I wanted to see Becca, the main character in the show, in the movie, to switch out the books and start reading spells from it, right?
Mm, okay.
Right? And say when she did that, her power got stronger or whatever, right? That would have been icing on the cake. But like I said in part 1 of the video, she got the book. I ain't saying. Well, now she got the book, right? So she got the book. It's gonna be a part 3 of Hocus Pocus about her and her coven. We don't know yet.
Oh, exactly.
Don't know yet.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how she does it, and so yeah. So it'll
Yeah, I
be
guess that's true.
yes.
I do like the fact that they, what the witches did is they use other items again from Walgreens to fly. So again, Weenie had the
Broom.
broom, and
She had a Swiffer,
Sarah had Swifter. Yeah, and
and
he
the other
had
the
Mary with the Roombas. I was like,
yeah. She had
oh,
two of
okay.
them. She had two brooms.
She two Roombas. Yeah, two
And it's
Roombas.
crazy because that's an homage to the part one of Hocus Pocus. She still got a
Yeah,
broom. She got a updated version of a mop, and she got an updated
yeah.
version of a vacuum. I
A
thought that
vacuum.
was brilliant.
That was brilliant. And then on top of that, and here's another thing that kind of I guess you could say confused me, or it was weird. Like the mayor character, he was a strange character. He was really weird. Like I don't know, there was something about his character. I'm just kind of screaming a red
The
flag.
man
With,
just
like,
wanted a man just wanted to have a good Halloween time. Have his
yeah, that's
candy
true.
apple and call it a day. And just it. That's all he wanted. But his daughter want to go out have a party, which was so dumb. Why would you have it in the house? Or you
Well,
could have had it, somewhere else.
where
But
where would a girl in that age make
you
party?
gotta think
Is in
about
a
it.
house.
It was a Halloween party, right? She could have had
Mhm.
she could have made an event thing, had a shed and do a Halloween party. She didn't have to do it at home, right? And then
Yeah.
her boyfriend's so stupid. So stupid. He's like, no, I just say that you guys weird because you like all that hocus pocus stuff and casting spells and all them rocks, you know. And Becca was like, you making fun of people. No, I thought I was just making conversation. I got a lot of, I gotta um apologize to so many people. And I like how she was in the classroom saying vegan
Yeah.
recipes and shit. And he jumped right. It was like she's like, I thought you said Satan. No, I said Satan. Dumb people. It
Yeah,
was
he
so
was an idiot, but he was one of those like memorable idiots, I guess the best way to
yeah.
put it. You know what I mean? Jesus.
And he dressed
But yeah.
as a football player, right?
Oh, and
And
he's a jock.
yeah,
Oh, yes,
so
the good old jock.
the whole like jocks are dumb, so
Yeah, dating a smart girl like they. Oh my god, that's really
so I
cliche.
thought that was
But it is what it is.
Alex is beautiful. I thought it was beautiful.
And I will admit, I guess I think the part also was kind of like enjoyable slash sad, as I guess when Weenie lost her sisters, when she lost both Mary and Sarah to the spell that she wanted, and it was kind of sad because you can tell like despite her being harsh with them in the first film and here in the second film, she really did love her sisters. They were the whole world to her. And the moment that she lost them, it's like damn, she's literally powerless without her sisters. Her sisters are pretty much her power.
But when in part one of them in Hocus Pocus 2, when they was kids, right? They met the devil, the witch, or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked, what happened to your covenant? Oh, they gone forever, right? In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, they got burnt to death, which is the stake and all that stuff. But I think it was that she cast that spell and lost her covenant, people that she cared most, to become all powerful, right? Because she can shapeshift into a bird, right? I don't know if she can do other shapeshift, but Winnie never done that. As far as we seen, she never done that. So I think that's why the first witch lives forever, because she haven't found anyone that she can trust to say that, to reignite that spell for her, right? And I guess the first witch was watching over to see Winnie progression as she got older and to see what type of witch she would be, right? And she lost her covenant, right? But Becca sent Winnie to them and whatnot, right? Yeah. So in the end, if you watch the credits, you see the bird, that same bird flying towards Becca and them. So maybe the witch is gonna ask Becca to send her to her covenant.
You think so?
Maybe.
I guess that is a
theory,
right Yeah, or she could probably say the same thing, do what she did with when they were younger, just, be like, yo, you guys want to be witches? I got y'all. This is how you do the spells.
maybe just with it. I really
like your theory, though. Yours is better.
I really like that cat in the movie. Because at first, the cat.
Yeah, I know, but I was just like, it was just the cat, though. The cat was just chilling, honestly. The cat was literally just chilling.
But was it because it was a black cat, like it was in part 1 of the movie, and then the cat jumped on the book? Unless that cat was trained to jump on certain commands, he jumped on the book, and at the end, they still showed the cat again, right? In my mind, maybe the cat came back. Baker came back, right, to watch over the book. Right?
But,
maybe.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay, it is a maybe, but the thing is, like, how is this like a different person that was turned into a cat by the witches? Because Zachary Binks in the last one finally died. Like, he died and he reunited with his sister. That's what I'm wondering, like, why is this cat, I guess you can say, kind of important? They keep putting us back to the cat, and like, I'm just like, okay, is there a reason why the cat keeps popping out?
But you know what didn't make sense?
Oh, no.
So we know it was Max, Danny, and Allison, right?
Right.
Where were they in the movie?
Shit, living life.
You get what I'm saying? I'm thinking maybe they moved out of town. Right? Maybe they moved away. That makes sense. But say they was in town, and they didn't know what happened, right? So we don't. What do we see? I think we don't see Becca, mom or dad, right?
We don't see nobody's. We don't see, except for the mayor, which is the dad of the other girl. But we don't see
they related to them in some way, So we don't know. Maybe that's gonna come in Hocus Pocus 3. Maybe it's gonna be a third movie explaining who is this new witch and what journey and what path do she have out for herself. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if I were to make if the second movie were to be redone or made again, I feel like they should just make it kind of like a direct sequel. They should have had Max and Allison, kind of cliche, like having with a kid and having based out their son or daughter, or hell, even have maybe not have all the characters come back. Maybe just have Danny come back as a mother or as an aunt and be like, oh yeah, like a parent out of town.
Maybe and then, Danny is the mother.
What's up?
Maybe Danny is the mother of Becca.
Yeah, maybe this time she's the mother. And like, yeah, she's kind of like the fun person who loves Halloween. She's always dressing up as a witch, And who knows, maybe you have like the kids who are like, why are you so obsessed with witches? You have Danny talking about like, back then when I was a kid, I actually saw witches in real life, and they try to, suck the life out of me, but my brother saved me, and yada yada yada. Hollywood, I got a story idea for y'all. Take it.
There you go.
Take it.
Alrighty.
Make it a film if you need to. Take it. You don't have to pay me for it, but just take it.
There you go. All right, you guys. I hope you had a fun time watching Hocus Pocus 2 review. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, share. We on all social platforms. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. We on Twitter. We're also on Twitter, if you didn't know. So go ahead and follow. We on everywhere. Posting content every day. Sharing content as much as we can, as fast as we can. If you got any questions, if you want to be on the podcast for any topic that you want to talk about, please DM us on BabbleTalkPod on any social media platform. We're going to get back to you as soon as we can. Let's set up a time. Let's set up a date. Let's make it happen, Captain. Peace out and have a good spooky season.